Hey guys, it's been a long time. If you follow the channel or remember me, I used to post here many years ago and it seemed like out of nowhere I just quit and didn't say a word. And I kind of did. I have fully quit the channel, but I felt kind of bad though, leaving without saying anything. I feel like I owe you guys an explanation and a thank you at the very least. So this is the explanation. There are two reasons for why I quit the channel. The first one is finances. To give you guys a rough estimate, I was getting paid 1/3 of what a normal channel my size would get paid. So the work going into it wasn't justifying the pay coming out of it. That's the short answer. If you want to know the technical YouTube answer, I'll explain that too. We get paid a certain rate for every 1,000 views. That rate is called the RPM, and it's gonna depend on a few factors. Where the viewers are watching from, what their age is, what niche your channel is in, and a few other things. Now, where the viewers were coming from was sort of what did me in here. This channel grew mostly because of one video, my transformation video. It got just under 12 million views, which is a lot for me, but when looking at those views, majority are coming from India. At first, when I saw this, I thought that's kind of odd that they're coming from there since I have no connection to that country, but views are views, who cares where they're coming from? I'm just glad the video was doing well. All was good. It turns out where the views are coming from matters, unfortunately. Now, I live in Canada, and the cost of living here is higher than somewhere like there. And naturally, because of this, Canadian views and American views are gonna pay more as well. In order for YouTube to be worth it for me to continue as a full-time thing, I need majority of the views to come from either Canada or the USA, not countries that pay relatively less because of a lower cost of living. Now, before I continue on with this, I just want to make it very clear. I'm not trying to throw shade at any country or any group of people here. I'm just trying to explain how the YouTube system works from the creator side. People there are going to watch what YouTube recommends to them just like everybody else. So this is not on them. Anyways, going forward from that video and on, all of the content that I posted got pushed there, and because of that, it would pay a lot less. So I was bringing in views, but I wasn't making much money. And I got curious. I had a channel with over 100,000 subscribers. I thought I was supposed to be making a full-time income. I wasn't. So I reached out to other fitness YouTubers in North America. They told me their average RPMs were anywhere from 150 to 350. So 3 times more than mine's on average. And when I found this out, I gave myself two options. Either I grind harder on this channel and try and get 3 times the views to make up for that difference, or I take my efforts somewhere else. And ultimately, that's what I ended up doing. But before I did that, I didn't want to quit right away. And for a few years, I was with the idea of trying to make this work by relying on brand sponsorships. They made up the biggest piece of the pie of the money coming into the channel, so I figured why not just rely on that? But I got hit on that front as well. Majority of the companies would ask for viewer demographics before going through with deals, and once they'd see my viewer demographics, they would turn me down. So they would reach out, say we'd love to work together, ask for the viewer demographics, see them, and then turn me down because they're trying to market their products to the USA. So very little AdSense, less and less sponsors. The writing on the wall was pretty clear at this point. That aside, the second reason was I didn't like the type of content I was making. When I first started posting on this channel, I was passionate about bodybuilding. So at that time, I liked making that type of content. But then over time, I wanted to get out of that. My passion for it fizzled out, I guess. And I wasn't even sure which direction to take the channel. So I decided to go with the more mainstream fitness path. I did this for 30 days and this happened. Those types of videos. The thing with that type of content is I feel like it lacks value. Like I ran for 30 days and my stamina increased. Wow. Who would have thought? It felt like I was getting good at grabbing people's attentions for a few minutes and giving them nothing of substance in return. And I didn't like that. It was making content for the sake of getting paid and not even getting paid much at that. I do still post videos on a new, smaller channel, which is about online business. So I chose to do that instead of doubling down here. I've been doing it for about a year, but I chose to keep it low key because I didn't know if the two audiences would cross over well from here to there since the niches are so different. And despite how much smaller that channel is, I'm a lot happier there. I feel like I'm actually giving value and the content has a purpose. On top of that, I'm also pursuing some other non-YouTube related online business ventures, so I'm doing all right. So yeah, that's why I quit. To all of you who supported me throughout the years, thank you. I hope the content on this channel improved your life in some way. I still get some messages from some of you guys saying that I was at least partly responsible for getting you in the gym, and that is awesome to know. It makes me feel like this whole thing had a net positive effect at the end of the day. I appreciate every single one of you, no matter where you're from. Goodbye.